This episode of Pod Against Evil is brought to you by That's My Entertainment. Travis, we have the interview with Emmett Hunter today. He plays Gerard Duqette. And I feel in that spirit we should offer our listeners a deal. And that deal, well, is actually that sounds really bad because that sounds like it's going to be involve evil doppelgangers. Look, it's just a normal deal, and the deal is
we're only asking for our souls, right?
Like, well, I'm pretty sure we're still asking for souls, okay. But I could be reading the fine print wrong. No, listeners, I'm offering you a great deal, and the deal is that That's My Entertainment is looking for volunteers right now to do interview work and writing work for TV. For your favorite TV shows and to basically do what it is that we've been doing for a while. And how do I know this is a good deal? Because it's a deal we made. That's My Entertainment is our sponsor, and we could not do the podcast without them.
And we probably still have our souls.
And we're using them anyway. I mean, I had yours on the back burner just in case.
I had no soul already, Nick. You know that.
So, no, they are a great website, and they help us out doing these great interviews and just helping us out with exposure and all that good stuff. And they can help you too, talk to some of your favorite, TV, celebs and content creators and all that good stuff. Just give them a message at That's My TV. That's my TV at gmail.com. That's THATSMYE TV at gmail.com. And while we're in the announcements, we should mention that merch is still available for Stand Against Evil.
It is.
Up on the Stand Against Evil merch store, over at goldlabel.com. Go grab yourself some t-shirts, a mug.
Buttons.
I don't think they actually have buttons.
What?
I think, if you want buttons, you're going to go to the Stand Against Evil fan club.
Got it.
Yeah, but,
I got it mixed up.
Yeah. But they're really great stuff over there. It helps support the show, and so that people can see they're really buying Stand merch. Maybe we should make a season 4. Yes, you should make a season 4.
Do it.
So help us make the argument, people. Go buy yourself a shirt. I mean, you buy how many shirts a day anyway? Might as well just make it a Stand shirt. Make it one be a Don't Crap an Apple shirt.
Wait, how many shirts do you buy a day?
I buy one every 2 days, like a normal person. Like what? You don't rip your shirts in half via the Hulk? Like that's my standard thing. I'm not going to be sitting here and judged by you for my shirt use. That is my business.
Okay. I'll judge you for something else then.
Well, what you can judge me for is being going to way cooler places than you, because I also wanted to mention that I will be in New York for Comic-Con for That's My Entertainment as well, covering stuff there, and I will be there for the Stand Against Evil panel and the Stand Against Evil fan club meetup. So if you are in the New York area, going to New York Comic-Con, please come down and say hi. I would love to talk with you, and definitely would like to talk some Stan stuff. I mean, you think I just talk about it on the show? No, it's constant. It's nonstop. It's off. It's off air. It's
won't
just
shut
everywhere.
Up about it.
No, I have, some would say, a problem. I'd say it's a gift of just too much Stan running through my brain. With that, we are gonna get on out of here and just we're gonna get to the main meat of the show.
Hi, my name is Emmett Hunter. I play Gerard Duqette, and you are listening to Pod Against Evil.
And welcome to Pod Against Evil. It is another interview edition here, guys, and I am here with goodness, it is a Pod Against Evil now because we have is he evil? I don't know. It's hard to tell. It's Gerard Duqette, Emmett Hunter himself. Emmett, say hi.
Hello, everyone. Hello to all the Stand Against Evil fans. It's a pleasure to be here. Pleasure to be speaking with the wonderful Mr. Nick today.
Well, thank you for gracing the time to come, with us. I heard you had a thing, but were able to come nonetheless. So that's great. I'm glad we could get you.
I made an exception for you.
So, Emmett, I love Stand Against Evil, obviously. We love the show here. We made a whole podcast about it. I love your role on the show. Would you like to give just a little bit of background for everybody to tell them how you ended up finding Stand Against Evil and ended up on it?
Well, my agent sent me a breakdown an audition request for Stand Against Evil, and I read the description of the role, and in my opinion, I thought it was kind of similar to another role I had previously done, just with the mysticism of it. So I was like, you know what, I kind of can connect and relate to this character a little. So I decided to do the audition, submitted it. Didn't think I would hear anything, honestly. The next thing you know, I get a call, and I'm Gerard Duqette. And I believe initially I was only supposed to be Gerard Duqette for one episode. But thank goodness those guys like me, Dana, Rob, John, and it ended up being a recurring situation. So I'm very grateful for that.
Well, I should say that it's impressive that you got to come back, but when I see your performance in the episode from season 2, I find you to be the Gerard Duqette himself to be a very fascinating character, and I like the mystery around him, and I'm really happy to see him back for the season 3 trailer. How many episodes are you in for season 3?
I am in. Am I allowed to say? I'm in 3 episodes.
3 episodes?
Yes.
Oh my goodness. That's a lot more Gerard Duqette. Oh, I'm so excited. I look forward to your many anachronisms and little sayings of like later tater and all that good stuff. I'm so excited. So Emmett, you play kind of the third man of season 2, the guy they're looking for. So when we do meet him, he has a very particular gravitas to his presence, and yet somehow is also casual. So I'm very interested in this character and the mystery around him. What was your mindset when portraying this very mysterious character?
Well, I just wanted to make sure the character had a certain flair about him. I wanted to make Gerard Duqette my own, make it close to my personality. So I wanted the character to be grounded. I wanted him to have that flair, like I said, that mysticism. So I wanted the audience to be intrigued by Duqette, but somehow amused by him as well. I didn't want him to be seen as just a villain or a bad guy, because I don't believe Gerard Duqette is just a bad guy. I believe Gerard Duqette has a personal, I believe he likes Stan. I believe he doesn't want to just completely destroy and annihilate Stan. I believe he respects Stan in a sense. So I wanted that to come across on camera, and hopefully it did.
Well, I think so. I mean, if imitation is the sincerest form of flattery, you did make an evil copy of him. So that's kind of counts, right?
Yes, yes, definitely.
So yeah, I think they're totally buds now. So yeah, I like that. I also love the whole outfit that goes with it, like the hat, the makeup. Is that anything from specifically like a New Orleans legend or anything like that, or?
I believe it is. It's a combination of the New Orleans type of voodoo character, and also Dana. I'm not sure if you know this or not, but Dana actually based the character off of Jeffrey Holder in the James Bond film Live and Let Die.
Oh my goodness,
Yes.
That makes a lot of sense. I did not know that. Oh my goodness.
I didn't either at first, but when I saw it and when I saw the reference, I was like, wow.
That's great. We have our own Bond villain in Stand Against Evil. That's I love it. So yeah, is it a while for makeup? Like, it's pretty simple makeup. How long does it take to like do up your Gerard Duqette outfit?
I think the first time we did it probably took about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. But now that we kind of got it down packed and we understand the pattern, I think it's about an hour before we shoot. Not too bad.
That's not too bad. So me and my co-hosts have a kind of running argument whenever we talk about Gerard Duqette, and that is we cannot really decide if he's evil or not. And I find him my theory is that he is chaotic neutral.
Right.
He seems to be willing to help Stan, but also he has to add caveats on top of it and make it a challenge, because otherwise, it just doesn't feel fun for him. And I was wondering if you knew, like, did you play him as if he was evil, or like more of a mischievous kind of imp character, or how did you see Gerard Duqette?
Well, to me, more mischief. I definitely wouldn't say evil, because even if you look at some of the characters that we perceive as evil, there's a justification in their head for why they're doing what they're doing. And
right.
Gerard, which I can't really share, but there's a reason that Gerard is doing the things that he's doing, a justifiable reason in his own head. So
Ooh.
I would definitely, and I think hopefully when season 4 comes, we'll get to see the reason Gerard does what he does. So that maybe even some audience members will sympathize with Gerard Duqette for why he does what he does. So there's a reason behind it, justifiable reason. So I would definitely not consider Gerard as evil.
That is, it's pretty much my argument there too. So I'm glad that I have indeed won that argument. I've decided now. I mean, I'm the host of the podcast anyway, so I pretty much win them all anyway. So by default,
you call the shots. So.
I mean, if not me, who decides who wins? I mean, who would? Like, I'm the only one who can be fair and impartial.
Very true.
So yeah, I'm glad to see that we have more Gerard Duqette coming. I'm really excited to see some more of his backstory. I'm wondering, did you enjoy horror comedies when you were younger? Is this like something you inspired to do, or was it just kind of a right script at the right time sort of thing?
Right script at the right time. I was a fan of some horror, but I wasn't honestly familiar with horror comedy until Stand Against Evil, and it's great. I love it. Not just because I'm in the show, but Stand Against Evil is really one of my favorite shows. And when you guys see season 3, you're going to be blown away. I mean, the writing is brilliant. The storyline is brilliant. I mean, I think it's the perfect balance of horror and comedy. I don't think there's anything out there like it. So I became a huge fan, and I'm genuinely a fan of horror comedy.
That is fantastic. And you bet we're excited for season 3. I mean, come on. You can only show us puppet murder so many times before we just demand to see these episodes. I mean, geez, we're waiting a whole 2 months. I can't do it. I'm excited to hear that your role is expanding. Do you feel like there is, in your future more horror comedies? Like, is this something you're going to pursue in the future now, since you got into taste for it, or is this kind of more of a one and done thing for you?
Well, no, I'm not sure if I have control over that, but I would definitely love to stay in the genre. I mean, I think it's great. I don't know how much. I mean, if we think about how much horror comedy is really out there with the, Ash versus Evil Dead is done. So,
right.
I mean, maybe Stand Against Evil, inspire other writers and producers to produce more shows like this. And I would definitely do it again. I mean, like I said, I enjoy it. It's fun. It's not as much pressure as, say, like a drama or one of the more serious shows. So you can have a good time, you can have fun, and it's a great crew. So, yes, I would definitely pursue it.
Well, I should, if my 2 cents are any worth it, I think you should. I'm looking forward to you pursuing it as well, because you got the chops for it. I love your timing, and the straight way you deliver the dialogue. I still get a laugh every time the later tater line comes out. It's just for whatever reason, the way you say it, the body language, it's just really funny to me. So
it's amazing that you say it, because that wasn't originally in the script, but Dana on the fly, he put it in, and it connected with an early episode. I believe Stan said it in an early episode, if I'm not mistaken. Mm-hmm. And at the time, I was like, man, later Tater was. And now that I see it and it played, I was like, wow, played well.
So that was added on the day, huh?
Yes.
Wow,
yes.
That's fantastic. Because it's one of the more memorable moments of that scene. So that's, man, I always love happy little discoveries like that on the set. That's so cool. How was it like working on the set for Stand Against Evil with the crew there?
Well, that was, at first, I'll admit, I was a little nervous because I did my research and I'm thinking, okay, John, he's a great veteran actor. These guys are great veteran writers, Mm-hmm. I'm like, man, I got to try to hold my own. But once I get on the set, Dana, he's so kind and nice and receiving, and John was so helpful, and he was so willing to lend all the expertise he's learned throughout the years as a veteran, great veteran actor. The sound crew, I mean, Rob Cohen was awesome. I mean, awesome director. They just really helped me get those butterflies down and really helped me just get in the moment and really enjoy myself. So it was really like just being around a bunch of friends, just getting it done. I didn't feel like I was working at all. So I really enjoyed myself. It's one of the most comfortable sets I've ever been on in my life. So I love it.
This episode of Pod Against Evil is brought to you by the Stand Against Evil fan club. Travis, I doubt you are on the Stand Against Evil fan club yet, because you seem to refuse to do so in the fact that you don't use social media.
I mean, it's an awful thing that just brings misery to people.
Indeed, but it's so good for marketing. I'm not disagreeing with you in any way, but it's so good for marketing. Fall down the Facebook hole with me, and while you're there, you should check out the Stand Against Evil fan club. They have really cool, trivia on the weekends, people just hanging out, sharing their thoughts on Standing Against Evil. I hang out there all the time, just checking out what people's thoughts are. I post, podcast-related links and all that good stuff. It's just a great, just a great place to go and show your love and respect for the great Stan show. I also would like to mention again that I will be in New York Comic Con for the Stand Against Evil fan club meetup. And it's going to be real fun. So if you are indeed already in the Stand Against Evil fan club, meet me there. And if you're not, join up and meet me there.
Join us.
Join one of us. One of Stan. One of Stan. It doesn't have the same ring to it, but yeah. I like it. I feel like it's pretty good. And also they even have some good, cool giveaways, like we were mentioning in the previous ad, the buttons. You can go grab a whole bunch of buttons. We got buttons up the wazoo over here for Stand Against Evil. Real cool stuff. Just you need to decorate your backpack with something. It can't be
buttons.
It can't just be bottle caps and condoms or whatever kids are putting on their backpacks these days. You dang kids, I don't know what you're up to, but put some Stand Against Evil buttons on there. God damn it! And where are you going to get them? The Stand Against Evil fan club. That's right. And where do you go? Well, you go to Stand Against Evil fan club on Facebook, or you go to Twitter at Stand Against Evil fan. All right, with that out of the way, let's just get to let's get back to the show. So you said that the butterflies that were a little hard to eliminate. I can only imagine John C. McGinley. I mean, I wouldn't want to get yelled at by Dr. Cox for fucking up a line. So I can feel you there. But that's great. Did you have, I don't know, any reservations on the set, since you only really interact with John? Do you get to interact with more of the crew in season 3? Do you get to interact with, say, Janet or some more of the crew, some more of the cast at all?
I don't know, because I don't want to give away the scenes.
Oh, sure.
But I will say that it's usually actually, I interact with a few more people, but it's usually just me and John, mainly, which I think is an awesome thing. I think it's a pleasure that they trust me enough to have me and John playing off of each other. With him, like I said, being a veteran actor, been in this game for a very long time, for them to trust me to play off of him for some very significant scenes in this new season is an honor. So, yeah.
How was it taking notes from Dana on set? Was it what's he like? On the set, trying to get his vision, the writing to come across on screen.
It's funny. He's funny. He's funny. He's
Sure.
just funny. He's hilarious. He really knows how to present what he wants you to do very well, very easy. Comes across very easy. He's not like aggressive or over the top. It's just, it's like one of your friends talking with you. He explains it. You really get what he's trying to do. He's just really fun to work with. Like I said, he's very fun to work with. You don't feel any pressure at all to get it done. But at the same time, we get it done, and we get it done great. I mean, he really knows how to run the show, man. I mean, I love working with Dana. Like I said, I hope this will be an ongoing and continuous relationship. I have a lot of fun working with Dana.
Yeah, that is fantastic, and I hoped you guys work together again for many more seasons, for sure. What made you want to get into acting to begin with?
I always was a fan of the arts since I was a kid. I always wrote like music and poems, and always like imitating people. And I used to have my family cracking up. They sit on the couch, and I'd imitate these different voices and sounds and characters. But I was always kind of shy, believe it or not. I was shy and timid. I was more of an athlete. Like I played football, college football, and but I never really like opening up in front of people. So I always wanted to try acting, but I was always kind of like nervous and afraid, to be vulnerable. And just finally, after college and after chasing the football dream, I decided, you know what, I'm going to give it a shot. And I ran into this agent on the street, believe it or not. And she was like, you look like you...
On the street?
Yes. It was at a convention. I shouldn't say on the street.
Oh, okay.
I was in a hotel, and there was a bunch of different agents around. So I go up, and I'm like, she hands me her card, and at the time I still thought nothing of it. I was like, you know what? I'm still not ready. And I was still trying to play football, believe it or not. So I went off to Europe to play football and came back and didn't know what to really do with myself. So I gave her a call, and she remembered me, and started doing a little extra work here and there. Booked my first role, which was a one-liner, and caught the acting bug. Something I always wanted to do, but once I really got in front of the camera and got the opportunity, I just really wanted to pursue it because I believe there's nothing really like it,
Wow, that is fantastic. I love that a convention, bringing all sorts of people together, friends, new fans, agents, talent. Love it.
Yes.
But yeah, you said you imitated people. Did you have any particular impressions that you did for your family?
Yeah, well, I was a kid, so it was like, I don't know, I would do Dracula, I would do Mr. T, I would do Fire Marshal Bill, I would do, I don't know, different, those are the ones I remember off the top of my head. I would do, I don't know if you remember Pet Cemetery, that movie.
Oh, yeah, classic.
I think that, or Serpent in the Rainbow, I don't remember which one. But it was during the promos, they wouldn't allow me to actually see the movie, but during the promos, I remember the guy would be freaking out, and he'd be like, don't bury me, I'm not dead, and they'd be I would do that imitation, so.
Oh, okay. See, I thought you were going to do, what was it, was it Fred Gwynn or something like the, don't bury them there, they come back different. I thought that was, but no, that's a good, I imagine you made a cute Dracula. I bet you that was a sight to behold.
Yes.
But yeah, that's fantastic. Now, I understand you have some upcoming projects. Would you like to promote any of those while you're on the show?
I will be in the thriller, called Tell Me Your Secrets. I don't know if you're familiar with it. This will be the first year for it. It'll be on TNT. I believe it stars Lily Rabe. And I will be in the new OWN network series, David Makes Man, which stars Felicia Rashad and some new actors. I forget the names. But that will be based on, I think, Terrell. Do you know Terrell Alvin McCraney, the creator of Moonlight?
Oh, okay.
Well, yeah, he created the show, so it'll be, I think it's loosely based on his life growing up in South Florida. So that's another show that I'm a part of, I'm excited about. And I got to try my comedy skills out. I will also be appearing in I Am Frankie on Nickelodeon. I'm not sure which episode, but I think that comes out either in October or November. And that's all I got cooking so far.
Well, that sounds very cool. The TNT one was Tell Me Your Secrets?
Yes, Tell Me Your Secrets.
Tell me. Okay. Well, I guess I'll make it. I don't normally like titles that are very aggressive and ask me to do stuff. I'm a little lazier than that. But you know what? For you, I'm going to give it a shot because it sounds pretty cool.
I heard it's going to be great. I mean, I'm not sure it's the first season for it, so I'm definitely going to check it out.
That's great. This has been an absolute pleasure, Emmett. I am so glad you had the time to come speak with us, and hopefully, if we, may the owls abide, we have a season 4, we will have you on again.
I definitely hope there will be a season 4. Definitely.
Well, shovels up, my friend. Fingers crossed and shovels up. So is there anything you'd like to tell the listeners right now to get them jazzed up for season 3 to make sure that we all watch and get those ratings up?
Well, I would like to say that honestly, season 3 will be the best season by far of Stand Against Evil. I believe season 3 is going to propel this show to not just season 4, but season 5, season 6. There's a lot of twists and turns in it. You're going to laugh your butt off. It's hilarious. You're going to be freaked out by some of the new demons and creatures and monsters. I just got to tell the fans, be prepared for one hell of a ride.
Oh my goodness, I'm going to laugh my butt off indeed. I don't have that much butt left after the first 2 seasons, Emmett. I just don't know if there's enough there. I mean, I got to sit down eventually. But, I think we all have to make sacrifices, and I'm pretty sure this one will be worth it.
And the writing is brilliant. I got to say that as well. The writing is brilliant. Directing, everything, genius. John kills it. Gonna love it.
Thank you so much for taking the time to interview with us, Emmett. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Well, before this, I got a question for you.
Would you like to? Okay, I'm gonna flip. I've been getting a lot of these days. You interviewees, you want to get your questions in on me, but you know what? I enjoy it. I like the pressure. Anything you ask, I'll answer it honestly.
Well, how did you become a Stand Against Evil fan, or were you always a horror comedy type fan?
Oh, see, how I became a Stand Against Evil fan is a very interesting story. I've always liked horror comedy. I always love, stuff like Tucker and Dale versus Evil, and Ash versus the Evil Dead, and, the Evil Dead film, Sam Raimi, that sort of thing. How I found out how to get Stand Against Evil was actually through the one and only Janet Varney, who had to physically tell me about it at a convention we were both at. Because I was waiting outside her Women in Comedy panel, and while I was waiting in line, I was doing interviews at the con for another podcast project I was working on, and I saw this cute blonde to the left of me, also waiting in the line, and much to my surprise, did I figure out, oh wait, that cute blonde, that's Janet. That's Janet waiting for her own panel to start. And so I asked her to do an interview just on the spot because she was like 3 feet away from me. And before I could talk myself out of it and go like, she doesn't want to talk to me, I'm nobody. And she said yes, because she's amazing. And we did the interview, and she mentioned Stand Against Evil, and I decided to give it a watch, and I just fell in love. And here we are, like 4 years later, I think. So yeah, it has been a interesting ride.
And look how things played out. It's beautiful.
Of course.
I would also like to say Janet and Deborah are awesome people. The few times that I met them on set, they were very personable and kind and just nice to be around. Like I said, I just love that whole crew. So shout out to Janet and Deborah. And John and Dana and Rob.
They're unbelievably nice. If you ever want to have an exercise in futility, try and give Janet a compliment and just watch her deflect. Oh no, we had to give that really up to the writing and Dana, and that I was getting that scene because of John, and give it she is so nice. I think that she needs to she can't even accept a compliment. Even those have to go to other people. But yeah, this was fantastic. Any other questions for me before we go? I find it very interesting, very fascinating to be on the receiving end. This is an interesting position.
Well, you answered one, but because I was going to ask you the question about, okay, what other horror comedies are there? I knew about Ash versus Evil Dead because I was like, you know what? I want to, try to get into a few of them myself if they're still out there.
I can give you suggestions, my friend.
Okay.
Tucker and Dale versus Evil. That one's great. That's Tyler Labine and Alan Tudyk are 2 rednecks in a cabin in the woods, and they come across these college people, and that's just all I'm going to say about it because there's a whole mistaken identities thing going on, and it's really funny. Also Final Girls. If you want to look up Final Girls, that one is
Final Girls.
That one's really good. A bunch of teens get stuck in a horror movie, and they have to figure out and subvert the horror movie tropes in order to get out of it and survive. they actually at one point like survive by hiding in a flashback, by making somebody flashback in time, and then they hide in the black and white flashback. And it's really good. Those are the more modern ones, although, you can always watch Cabin in the Woods or, some of Sam Raimi's classic stuff.
Awesome. I didn't even know it was I'm excited to get into it, actually. Oh,
yeah. I'm not even the biggest fan. I could tell you our friend Patience that comes onto the pod every once in a while. She's a huge horror fan. She would be able to direct you to some stuff. I'm barely a novice. I'm just the young grasshopper to her sensei. But unless you have any more questions for me, I did lose my virginity at 20. I'm sorry. I thought it was just divulging personal information at this point.
Like, are you serious?
No, that was for the joke, Emmett. I lost my virginity way earlier than that. I was very popular in high school. I don't even know why you would doubt that.
That's a good thing. I mean, that shouldn't be frowned upon.
What's with the third degree, Emmett?
Frowned upon losing your virginity at 20. That's not. Hey, you should be proud of that, man. That's not a bad.
No, I am not proud of that at all. It was a very bad idea. I'll tell you what, Emmett. Do not have sex with your boss, and don't have sex with a married woman, and definitely don't do both at the same time.
Oh my god.
Yeah. If I could offer you any advice, Emmett, just don't do that. That's my 2 cents.
I'll definitely take that advice. I will definitely take that advice.
Yeah, what were we talking about again?
That doesn't sound good.
What were we we're talking about Stand Against Evil. Man, this just turned into a whole therapy session on my end. This is real interesting. Well, I'm going to end it here before I divulge anything any more embarrassing. So, thank you again so much for joining us, Emmett. It's been an absolute pleasure. And thank you for joining us as well, listeners. And again, join us for Standing Against Evil Season 3. Watch Emmett play Gerard Duqette and just the great stuff that Season 3 has in store for you. Get those numbers up so we can have a Season 4. And until next time, may the owls abide. See you later, Stan fans.
See you guys later. Have a great one.